Hi, everybody. I wanted to introduce you to my friend, Tara Brown. I have known you for several years. Coming up on 4 years, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Maybe
Awesome,
even a
awesome.
little longer. So
We've
yeah.
done different ventures together, had different fun times together and learning experiences. So I would say we know each other pretty well, right?
So yeah.
And then Tara is just finishing up her 6 month program with me in the intentional manifesting. And so I wanted to get her input on some feedback, some things she experienced, and how it has affected her life. Let's say that. So, first of all, Tara, when we started working together about 6 months ago, where were you? Would you say you were in your life before you started working with me,
I
specifically in this course?
yeah, I think that I was kind of frustrated. I've always had a taste of what manifesting is and how I can create what I want. I mean, like I teach it. So I know what it is, right? And I've been connected to it, but for whatever reason, I felt stuck and I felt like there was a block I didn't know was there. And I know that you're really good at that. And so um I'm a big proponent in it's good for me to hire a coach, for me to like be able to, because I can't see all of my blocks and all of my like windows that I have up, the doors, but someone from outside of me can totally see that easier. And so
Yeah.
yeah,
And that's
something
great that you see that because you're a coach and you coach women and you help them see what they can't see, right?
for sure. Yeah. And I think that often like, oh my gosh, it's so easy for me to see that. Can't you see that? And then I tell myself, someone probably could do that for you.
Oh, that's awesome. So, what made you realize that something had to change, like that you were done with this?
I think when I recognized that I was kind of in the same loop, that I felt frustrated, I couldn't see what I didn't know, or what I maybe did know way back in, but I just couldn't see it. And so I knew that I wanted to level up my business and I wanted to do things in a new way, you know. I had spent all these years doing a whole other career, 30 years, you know, just custom sewing, and it kind of had morphed into this coaching career. And I kept holding on to that sure thing that I knew people were calling me for. And as I let go of, because I just knew it didn't light me up anymore at all. And it got to the point where I got to ask myself, like, why am I still doing this? Oh, because of the security. Well, that's not enough of a reason anymore. So
Good for
yeah.
you. So, what was it that when you finally decided, okay, I need to be done with this? Why did you decide to go ahead and sign up for my program?
Well, like you say, I've known you, I've worked with you a lot over the last few years. And so I knew that we had a really good relationship, but I also knew that you could be honest and not just nice and tell me what I wanted to hear or what I thought I needed to hear and just really be there to, I love your energy and it's so different from mine. I'm this like calm, still water, and you're like, come on, let's go. And I knew that that would push me out of my comfort zone.
Awesome, awesome. Yeah, and I've loved working with you. We are probably very different energy wise, but we work so well together, I think.
I think we complement each other. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Because we're
Okay,
not
so did
fighting
you?
for the same space, right?
No, exactly. It's like
Yeah.
I'm too tired to compete
Yeah.
to do my thing.
Me too.
So, did you have any concerns when you started working with me?
Yeah, always. Well, I had a couple. I actually listed a couple in my head. One was money. I'm always like, oh, am I going to be able to recover that or am I going to be able to increase it? Right. One also just this whole thing. I think it's so funny because I'm saying this out loud and I coach people in this all the time. But like, am I worthy of taking that time out of my schedule? Because it's a time commitment, right? And am I and you know like so I'm more worthy of paying that much for a program, and then am I worthy of taking that time for me out of even out of my workday business that I think, you know, I think so many of us have this story that if I'm busy then I'm successful, and so if I'm taking time out of my busyness to invest in me, what's that going to look like? So
Exactly. No, good for you to say I'm worth it.
yeah.
So, what has been the result of choosing to work with me?
I think something that I've come up with is consistency And knowing that, like, even the last few days, I've noticed, like, I get up, I just have this routine now, and it feels like I'm purposeful instead of just waiting until the last minute to get up and just like, oh, now I have an appointment, so I got to get ready and get on with my stuff. So I feel like I'm way more organized with myself because I have a plan in place.
You know, it was interesting because a lot of different women sign up for this program for different reasons.
Right.
And a few of them accomplish what they went into, what they thought they went into it for. But there have been some women who, at the end of the program, they're like, wow, this was not what I was expecting to accomplish, but it's totally was the right thing for me. And I think you mentioned something like, you're like, I feel so calm right now.
Yeah, I do. And that consistency, I didn't realize I didn't have it, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And so like you say, I wanted to level up, but I didn't realize that my consistency was what was holding me back from.
Oh, that's wonderful. Yeah. You know what? I will tell you this. It is the little things we do every day that add up.
I keep
And
hearing your voice in my head say that actually.
that's awesome. I love it when people tell me, I heard your voice. And I'm like, oh, I'm
I
so
know,
sorry.
I know people
But
say that to me too. And
you
I'm like,
have a busy household because you have
yeah,
a few teenagers and then several young adults coming and going in your house. And you mentioned that things don't wind out down until like 1 or 2 in the morning. And so that's a lot of energy to have to manage and try to manage yourself.
exactly. Yeah. And so part of that is me disconnecting from having to manage some of them, which is a great blessing in my life. And then part of it is just, yeah, setting aside that time for me. In fact, I got up one morning and I was doing my little routine, and my husband's like, where did you go? Because he wasn't quite ready to get up and get going yet. And I was like, I'm doing my thing. Leave me alone.
I'm getting ready for all of the craziness that's going to happen. That's right. I totally believe that, part of how we run our lives is how we set that first early morning, what we with our intentions, right?
Yeah. Yes. And
Right.
that's been a really big gift of this program for me.
Awesome. So what do you think's changed for the rest of your life? What are you going to do about the rest of your life now?
Well, I'll tell you this. I hear my kids' money stories so easy now. Like we were talking about, like I can hear other people. So one thing I did just recently was I just went to the grocery store and I bought a whole bag of gold chocolate coins, and I handed them out to him one morning, and I just said, look, money is fun and it comes to you so easily. And I want you to say that 3 times to yourself. And my daughter was like, money is fun and it comes to me. And I was like, no, you got to say it like you mean it, right? And so I think that being able to talk about it more freely, I think that so many of us have money stories like, ooh, that's bad and we don't want to talk about it. And that's just a dirty thing. We just don't. But no, it's like so fun to be able to help my kids and my family and my clients even just manifest the things they want, whether it's money or relationships or a new car, whatever it is. That's something that I'm going to take for sure.
I am excited because, part of the reason why I'm doing what I'm doing is that my son said, Mom, help the moms so they can help their kids. And
Right.
that's where it needs to start, right?
Yeah.
We have to have a good, strong foundation so we can turn around and help those people in our lives that we love the most. So
Right.
wonderful.
Yeah.
Okay, last question. What would you say to someone who is on the fence about working with me?
I would say do it. I would say for sure, trust your gut and just move forward. That's like something when you sent me the invite, I'm usually one who wants to stew over it and think about, oh, is this going to work? And it's this. And actually, what I did was jumped right in and just trusted myself because I knew I wanted to. And that's something I've been trying to do. So do it. Trust yourself. You're worth it. Do it.
You are. Thank you so much, Tara. And I just love working with you. You're wonderful. And I appreciate everything that you do to help light the world. So thank you.
Okay. Thank you.